Okay, hi friends, patriots, bestest Americans in the world watching this. And friends abroad, my Aussies. Who else do we have? We have Australia, the UK. I know. I know there's more of you. Let me know, okay? This quarter moon, yeah, I'm going to say it's going to be quick. We'll see how that goes. But before I get started with this, I'm going to be on the road this week. I have a family emergency. If all of you could just take a moment, surround my dear cousin Jason in Arizona in some white light and love and protection. He's not doing too well. And I feel badly for him because he keeps getting bad news in the hospital and there's nobody there to help him out. You know, like the people who are there to help them, who can think straight, it's like they leave and then the doctor walks in with bad and worser news. So he needs comfort. He needs good people with them. He needs a schedule. He needs some more organization. He's kind of the guy that keeps everything organized. And everyone else around him's in chaos, the family at the home. Good people though, but they've just got a little bit too much chaos. But I think these eclipses hit him really hard. And he's such a good guy. He's a Sagittarius. If you have any Sagittariuses in your lives, they're full of optimism and they're kind of like a center of gravity for you, like Jupiter kind of takes the hits for planet Earth and blocks asteroids. He's kind of one of those guys. He's a big teddy bear. So send lots of love and healing light to Jason. And hopefully I can get there and help work some magic with him. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. And so here was the Virgo third quarter moon that was in Friday in Washington, D.C. that got off to a chaotic start. I like this chart because, first of all, look at, we have 29 degrees. We have some anaretic degrees. Something is going to pop and we're going to have some closure on something. Hopefully it's not full of the wrong closures. I don't see like violence affecting these points, but there's something going on. The sun was at 0 degrees Virgo in the 11th house. The traditional ruler is Aquarius. We have Aquarius down here in the 4th house. So keep your eyes on Uranus in the 7th house. We the people, hopefully getting some good news because it's in a nice strong angle to the sun, Venus, and Mars. So think of good news about the president and money. And maybe the things that he's doing aggressively to hide it, shield it, ward things off. But the moon here in the 8th house in a square, Donald hates this house, the 8th house. We do. We like it when it's centered there because that has everything to do with the money that Donald owes, namely taxes. We're back to focusing on taxes, which was a huge theme during the eclipses. In particular, the full moon eclipse on July 26th. And I'm going to point up here for that link. You're going to want to watch it again because this is what's activating it again. All over the place. And it's nuts. And I'll tell you why. Because that eclipse was at 24 degrees Capricorn, right down here, in Washington, D.C. We have Libra 23 again here. It is squaring off with Donald's Saturn. It is squaring off with Donald's Venus. He's always had a Saturn that blocked his Venus, meaning he kind of had, like a brick wall to protect his finances that nobody could access. Well, that eclipse was like a can opener to shine the light and keep it shining there. So here we go. We're activating it again during this quarter moon. At the midheaven, we have 26 degrees Cancer. Again, we'll start seeing more information about this come Tuesday afternoon in D.C. We have the North Node now is at 15 degrees in Cancer. It has moved over Donald's Mercury. Not only has it moved over his Mercury from his solar return, energetically, It's in the opposite house and in the ninth house. And whose house is the ninth house? That's Putin's house. Putin's house. Think communications. And here it is down here in the fourth. So we're going to have more on communications and stuff abroad. Interestingly, you know what else is lined up with this North Node now that has moved over Cancer 15? For his solar return, his Arabic part of resignation and dismissal. He might feel resigned. He might feel dismissive. Maybe he'll dismiss Butina. But that sense is definitely there, and it's going to be bearing down for a good part of this week, for the first part of this. What else? So the moon is going the 8th. It's moving over the 9th, which is, you know, lands far away. He's traveling. It's going to be in this 9th house until Tuesday afternoon. It moves into the 10th house for everyone to see. There's Leo, his big proud self. We've got Mercury there, so we should find out more information about communications, documents, messaging, children. Oh, children, especially with Mercury and Leo. And then it's going to move its way into the 11th house come later in the week, late Thursday into Friday, and that is the 11th house. We the people over here, we're at 23 degrees Aries because we're seen as his opposition from the ascendant. We have Uranus, and Mars is going to be activating we the people. So we've got some good energy because Mars rules this 7th house. So let me grab some cards and we'll do the Taroscope, okay? Okay, so in the interest of time, I laid these out. I have no idea what's here. So these are the cards that Donald is picking for this quarter moon. On the ascendant, we have, the 6 of Cups reversed. This is the nostalgia card. How about some bad nostalgia? Or maybe, since it represents the Republican Party, some bad nostalgia of the Republican Party or bad nostalgia with children. So we're going to start up here. The sun being in the 11th. We have, 5 of Wands. You know what card this is? This is Donald Trump's inners. You know, like his kids, Manafort, Flynn, Gates, Attorney General Barr. Well, there is so much fighting. I mean, this is like normal for them. This is how they usually operate, and it works pretty well for them. So when their fighting is reversed, it's kind of like not as much chaos and things are at a standstill, which doesn't work for them. We have the moon over here in the 8th. The 8th house, it has to do with other people's money and taxes. Oh, he's getting whacked. Or he's going to whack us to keep us away from that 8th house because he is a Gemini. Mars is in the 11th, so there's going to be more aggression and activity about that. So the moon is, and Gemini rules the 9th. Man, that just does not look good. You know, trying to hang on to what he has. When I see this, I just feel like all these coins are like slipping out of his hands. I hear those coins clinking out of a jackpot because he can't hang on to it. And that's in Putin's house, the 9th house. So wonder what Putin's got up his sleeve, huh? Because he does everything for Putin, and he's at the G7, and now we just found out that Iran showed up like wedding crashers. In the 10th, we have that 5 cups, that 5-continent coup. Can you see that? So that 5-continent coup. So that's what's going to be in the heavens for all of us to see over DC. Usually when the 5 cups reverse, you know, like this is disappointment, loss, but when it reverses, it's kind of like a restoration or like a healing, but or maybe forming some new alliances. We'll have to see the rest of this, but that doesn't really strike me as what's happening. You know, it could be wrong. Okay, and so there's that. There's no activity going on in this 12th house of secret enemies, secrets, hidden enemies. And oh, that's the Hermit reversed. So perhaps bad intel, investigating, refining, sloppiness, or things coming out. So on the ascendant, remember he had the Six of Cups. For the first house of himself, he drew, Page of Pentacles. Now this is usually Jared with all of his money transactions he's doing. Flip. Sometimes it's Junior off doing errands. Flip. Maybe we find out information about them flipping. Not bringing good news. And I'm going to head over here to the 7th house because the people are always considered Donald's opposition. What does he have in store for us? Oh. The Lovers. Oh, darn it. I think he's going to try to work on something to divide we the people. You guys, embrace unity. Ignore it. Don't get in the fights online about, who's a better candidate. How could you? Why could you think that? How dare you? What, are you triggered? Or the lies have gotten so bad to the point that I saw something last week about Donald's tweet causing the Dow to drop, like we knew that all happened. He tweeted about I hereby order businesses to do something else with China, and then the Dow dropped. I saw a propaganda tweet that said, don't be wrong. The Democrats tweeted about Russia, China, and that's why it's dropping. Trump and China are just fine. The tariffs are good. I mean, that is mind-bending. You just have to turn your brain off because the minute you let that seep into your brain, you can feel your brain go backwards. Propaganda is rewiring you. As soon as you feel your brain going backwards, stop, click, get away, stop what you're doing, shut it down. It's not true. You want to purge that from your cells. And unfortunately, once it's planted there, it stays there and grows more networks. That's called brainwashing. Don't be brainwashed, you guys. Just be frustrated and upset, but don't be brainwashed. Just a second. I need another sip of coffee. Okay. So, the 2nd house, income, money, gains. There's Jupiter. It's going to expand things. Oh boy. 7 of Pentacles. Usually you look at your investments and the seeds you're growing. A lot of times I look at all that data. Well, it's reversed. It's spoiled. It's not going to produce what Donald wants in the 2nd house. Falsified, maybe. He likes to inflate some of his statements and returns. We had a hint of that last week. In the 3rd house where Saturn and Pluto are, their natural ruler is Gemini. Donald's house he drew the 5 of Pentacles reversed. Look at all these reversals. So the 5 of Pentacles, usually this is my Julian Assange card. It's voter suppression. I'm going to point here. You should watch that video. It's also the card that I had in the Jeffrey Epstein, when I did that forensic analysis minute by minute on who was in his cell and who entered and what they did and when it was go time and what happened. This card represents that. So does this card. And I'm going to point here again. Take a look-see at that video. The actual reading starts at 6 minutes, so you can just skip ahead. In the 4th house, we have 6 Wands Mob. I just wish it would be nice to have the president here at home, on the ascendant, or down here to protect us. But no, these slimy, beat these commie bastards. From the hockey video. Here, I'll give you another one to click on. There. And find out what that has to do with. Really important. 6 Wands Mob. Putin, Trump, Xi, Kim Jong-un, Netanyahu, and MBS. There's an election coming up that Netanyahu must win, and this will be my final click for you. He got bad data. It ruined it. This is a pivotal, important time because Netanyahu has to pull this together, and this is what Mark Zuckerberg's demise started with this May election that he was not able to assemble, and the Saudis called an emergency meeting. You have got to get this backstory because it's so critical for something that's going to blow up in this regard. And now they've arrived in the 4th house of home. In the 5th house, traditionally the ruler is the sun. The sun in a horoscope is the president. Oh, Donald has diminished strength. There is no ifs, ands, or but that. If the 4th house is feeding the 5th, his strength is diminishing. Oh my. Look at this. I didn't tell you this part. On the ascendant for this chart is solar return. Oh, this might be his natal chart. It's his part of loneliness. He's feeling really lonely all week, and he's going to suffer as such. So in the 6th and final house that Virgo traditionally rules, 9 of Wands reversed. He is definitely burning out from having to defend everything. So that's where we are with this. I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna do the chart, the cards for the United States of America using the Steampunk Tarot. Just a minute. Okay, so we, the United States, here are our cards. I don't see as many reversals. We have what? Oh, the 6 of Swords. You know what card that is? Trying to get to calmer waters. But it's kind of dangerous, all these swords on a balloon. It could be treacherous. We, the people, for this week, are trying to get to calmer waters. We can navigate ourselves, but it's dangerous. Being ruled by Mercury, this quarter moon, it's transportation. Be careful. Watch your speed. And this was Donald's card on the ascendant. So we the people, where the sun is, Donald had the 5 wands reversed. We have the 10 of cups. Family. The Republican Party. The moon is in the 8th house of taxes. Donald now has the Ace of Wands. We have the 2 of Wands. So he's going to hit, and we're going to listen. We're going to follow it. Moon, the 9th house, we have Putin's house. The Lovers. Look at right side up. So Donald is trying to hang on to what he's got. Coins are falling out, and we're finding out about the Lovers. Be careful. In the 10th house, where we the people, in the public skies that we can, oh, heartbreak, treason. I'm guessing we're going to be finding out about treason with maybe the Republican Party and the Lovers, especially after that 7-part series I did on Zuckerberg. Yay. Point. Let's see if I can get you guys another video to look at because it's insane. Oh, yeah. Why won't the GOP stop Trump? That's a good one. Okay, so let's just move over to the 12th house, hidden enemies. The Fool. So our hidden enemy, I just don't know if you can see that really well. So we the people in the 12th house. Okay, sorry about that. I might have interruptions, you guys. I think I left off here with the Fool, secret enemies. Secrets and hidden enemies in the 12th house. This is what we chose, the Fool. Is that an indicted Trump? In the 1st house, Donald had the Page of Pentacles. We have The Hermit, under investigation, scrutinizing Trump. I'm glad to see the people are scrutinizing more. Oh, in the 7th house, we, as his opposition, Ten of Swords, stabbed in the back. Okay, so this is interesting because he's trying to split us and stab us in the back. Oh boy. And then this was in the 9th, abroad. We find out about the Lovers, Donald's losing his money, and in the 10th, we're finding out about treason. It looks like we're going to have some heartache. When he gets back, look for more of that to start spiking come Tuesday afternoon, maybe even Monday afternoon. So in the 2nd house of income, Donald, his investments are failing. We have the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Is this Nancy? Is this someone in government? I don't know who this is. No, it's not Nancy. It's not Rebecca Mercer. It's somebody with money. Usually reversed. They're pissed off. So I don't know who this is. In the 3rd house, we have the 9 of Wands. Donald has the 5 of Pentacles. We have the 9 of Wands. We're kind of battle weary, but we're going to hold the fort down. Maybe this is our intelligence looking at this. The 4th house, the 6 Wands mob is taking charge with whatever is happening, bearing down in DC. They're in charge for Donald. We have the Ace of Swords, the Truth. This is pretty interesting. The 5th house that usually rules the sun and the president, he has he's weakening in his strength. We have the King of Pentacles reversed, Donald's money weakening. Oh boy. And in the 6th house, traditionally ruled by the sun, which is in Virgo. This is Virgo's house, which is usually the Hermit. Look, we have that on the ascendant. You guys, we're going to be getting news. Donald has the 9 of Wands reversed. We have the 4 of Swords retreating. I feel shock on this. Like we're stunned and we're just kind of like, not quite fainting, but then with this in the 10th, and we have this for the sun. You guys seeing a theme here? It's going to get really interesting come Monday. Really, really interesting. I know it seemed to me on my end, it looked like Nancy Pelosi was going to strike out with something new Sunday, today, or tomorrow. So, thanks for hanging with me. Prayers for Jason. If you like this video, please click like, please share, please subscribe. Thank you so much. Okay, just last thing I want to comment on. There's a lot of 5s that Donald drew. That means a lot of competition, a lot of strife. He's going to be on his toes. And then I wanted to say, what else did I want to say? The 6s. No, it was just mostly the 5. Oh, the USA, we have a 10. And then some of another 10. I think we have a 9. It's kind of like we're getting to the end of the road. And then we have the top royal court here reversed. So, very interesting. Okay, thanks you guys. I just added Nancy to this. She's in green. The ascendant, she picked the 8 of Wands. Donald has 8 of Wands reversed in the 8th house of taxes, debts. Nancy, also in the 5th tower, drew the Tower. She has got something planned. And anything else? She has the 10 of Cups reversed, the Republican Party, with tied to secret money. And she has secret talks over here in the 9th. Lands far away. And she has justice for the 7th in its natural home. Okay, this is not cool. I did one in pencil for the 6 Wands mob for Putin. I do not like this. Donald picked the 6 Wands mob for the 4th house, which made me think of sudden attack at home. Uranus rules Aquarius. Uranus is in the 7th house of We the People. 6 Wands mob picked the house of Aquarius, picked the Knight of Cups. That's Donald. So he's made an offer to them, and there's some secret money that they're sharing. 6 Wands mob told Page of Cups, children. They picked the Ace of Wands in the 5th attack because the Sun made an offer. Page of Swords, the attack. How they get someone to do something. Donald had the 9 Wands reversed. 6 Wands mob. They're going to get someone to do something because in the 7th house, they picked the 8 of Cups against We the People. I don't like this. This screams terror attack to me. On that note, I'm so sorry, you guys. Be safe.